Om Shanti. In the Murli, I think day before yesterday, Baba was talking about being free from impure desires. And after that Murli and that Manthan, there was a question that a sister had asked, that I'm working in an office. So if I desire for promotion and if I desire for, professional achievement, is that an impure desire? So I think Baba has answered that today, and many of us might be having that question. So let's take that up today. So today in the blessing, Baba talks about limited desires and unlimited desire. Now, what is a limited desire? Limited desire is for a desire for something which belongs to this world. So it may not be an object or a person, but even name, fame, everything that belongs to this world belongs to this that which is temporary, that which has to change. So even name, fame, or the desire for achievement, accomplishment, that is temporary. Nobody can stay number one all the time, or there is nobody who is successful all the time. So Baba says that limited desire means the desire for something that is, changeable and temporary and not permanent, and something that belongs to this world. It is physical, limited to this birth. So something that you cannot take with you when you go. So that is a limited desire. And what is an unlimited desire? An unlimited desire is something which is not limited to time and space. So it's not like it's just for somebody I can see or something I can touch and feel, but it's for the whole world. So when you say unlimited desire, so the desire to be spiritually elevated, that's an unlimited desire, because whatever you, the soul, do for yourself will go with you. So it's not like if you become peaceful or you develop divine sanskars, they will leave you when you leave this body. No, they will go with you. If you make your buddhi divya buddhi, so a buddhi which has the capacity to discern and decide well, then that buddhi will go with you to Satyug. So the desire for something that lasts you more than this lifetime, that's an unlimited desire. And the desire to make good spiritual effort and earn good spiritual income is one of those desires. And the desire to make this world a better place, because once this world becomes a better place, then even after Vinash, this world will continue to be Satyug. So the spiritual desire that we have to make this world a better place is a long-term desire. It's not about just this birth or this lifetime, but Baba is teaching us how to create heaven. And by following Shrimat, so we are creating heaven which will last more than this lifetime. So of course this Sangam Yug will be a good experience, that's one thing, but then we create a better world for the future. So that's an unlimited desire. So the desire for seva and the desire for spiritual effort for the self is an unlimited desire. Now, having explained these two terms, Today, Baba says those who have limited desires can never have their desires fulfilled. So, have you heard of that expression, beggars cannot be choosers? So, if you are having a limited desire, so let's understand one fundamental difference. So, when you have a limited desire, had ki ichha, what we call in Hindi, then you are coming from a place of I do not have enough. So when you say I don't have enough, then you sow the seed for a limited desire. Now what is a limited desire? If I had this, I will be better. If I had that, I would be more fulfilled. Right? So the seed of a limited desire is an unfulfilled state. So you're coming from the place of being a beggar. So you cannot have a limited desire without coming from the place of being a beggar. Is that clear? Yes? You have to be a beggar for limited desires. So if you have that feeling, I have enough, you will never have a limited desire. So the desire for people, places, things, fame, achievement always comes from the place where you feel I don't have enough. And when you come from a place where you feel I don't have enough, at that time you are a beggar. And a beggar cannot be a chooser. So beggars cannot be choosers, and somebody who is running after limited desires will never be able to find them. So, even your shadow leaves you when you are behind it. Your shadow also, it keeps evading you. So the more you reach your shadow, the more it goes further and further. So if you're following something from a place of emptiness, you cannot reach it. And when you study economics, the first opening sentence in an economics book is human wants are unlimited and resources are limited. So when your want is a human want, when your desire is a limited desire, then all the resources of the world will not be enough to fulfill it. Yes, so you are trying to fill that hole in your soul with all the resources of the world, it doesn't get fulfilled. So you must understand that limited desires are never met. There is no person who says that I ran after limited desires and I have everything I need, because as soon as you find what you thought you wanted, another desire will come up. Yes, so this is how it goes. So Baba says, when you desire for the limited, your desire will never be fulfilled. If you come from the place of a beggar, you will always stay a beggar. Although the thing for which you're begging will shift. So you will sometimes crave for professional success, then personal, then health, then something else. So something will always keep going. And also, when somebody is running after limited desires, they become very narrow in their vision. So they are so fixated by that desire that you become very narrow in your vision. So let's take the example of wealth. So if I am running after wealth, then my vision only can see wealth. And then health, relationships, other things will get neglected. So you cannot have a balanced approach when you are blinded by limited desire. This is also a very important fact to underline. So when you are blinded by limited desire, you will always have a narrow approach. And in that narrow approach, you will neglect many things. You will neglect good karma. You will neglect, good relationships. You will neglect health. You will neglect many things in that process. You will neglect your, your duty towards yourself to be virtuous, to be powerful. You will keep missing out on your yoga, you will keep missing out on many things if you're running after a limited desire. And then what happens is, once you achieve what you thought you wanted, then what you neglected in the process will raise its head. And then you will have to deal with that. And then you will create a desire for that. So somebody who runs after wealth misses health in the end, and then he has a desire for health. Yes, and then they have a desire for good relationships. So all of this continues. So this is why it is very important to understand what Baba is saying. Baba says, those who have limited desires can never have their desires fulfilled. You can never have your desire fulfilled if your desire is limited in nature. So then what to do? Baba says, have pure desires. Baba says, all the pure desires of those who become good are automatically fulfilled. Now, what is a pure desire? A pure desire is the desire to be good and do good. Yes, and if you have that desire, then you come not from a place of I don't have enough, but you come from a place of I am a giver. Yes, so how do you be good and do good? Being good, doing good doesn't come from a place of emptiness. It comes from a place of realization of you, who you are, how full you are inside, because you are Baba's child. So when Baba comes into our life and I understand that I am the child of the ocean, and in that relationship with Baba, I feel the fullness of having achieved all attainments, having fulfilled all the desires for all relationships. So Baba says, get the experience that all your limited desires are fulfilled, and there is nothing more to seek, nothing more to find when you have found Baba. And then there is only one desire, to be like Baba and to serve like Baba. And that comes from a place of fullness. And Baba says, when you have this desire, to be like Baba and to serve like Baba, then you will automatically earn the karmic credit which will make you a master of heaven. And in heaven, there is no unfulfilled desire. Material, non-material, all your desires will be fulfilled in heaven. But you cannot fulfill them by running after them. You can only fulfill them by belonging to Baba, and in that belonging to Baba, in that relationship with Baba, experiencing the fullness of being with the ocean, and then coming to a place where your only aim in life is to be like Baba, become like Baba, and serve like Baba. And Baba says, then all your pure desires in Satyug will be fulfilled. So Baba says, the children of the bestower do not need to ask for anything. Just be a good child. And what is the sign of a good child? A good child follows the footsteps and also takes on the occupation of the father. So Baba says, you just be a child to me, follow my footsteps, do what I do, become like me. And second thing is take on my occupation. Do what I do. I do world seva, you also do that. And Baba says, when you are my child, you will not need to ask for anything. That which is relevant for you, that which is important for you will be received by you without asking. Yes, so Baba says, even in this birth, if you really need something, I will give it to you. You don't worry. But you will not get it if you ask for it. You will get it if you belong to me, and if you do what I do, and if you become like me. You cannot receive anything when you ask for it. Okay? Just begging, pleading, asking for something will not make you receive it. To ask for something means you have a desire. That means you are coming from a place of emptiness. And do you know that you attract as you are? You attract as you are. So if you are empty, you will attract more emptiness. If you are coming from a place of emptiness, from a place of I don't have this, then you are communicating to the universe that I am empty, and it will give you emptiness. So you attract as you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. So if you have a limited desire and are asking for something, that means you're empty, and then you attract more emptiness. Yes? Do you feel like giving something to someone who is asking for it? Never. Just imagine, all the people around you who are screaming out loud and telling you, you should have some respect for me. Do you give them that respect? That's the one thing you ensure you will never give them. Because nobody gets what they ask for. Everybody gets what they command. You cannot get something by demanding it. You get it by commanding it. And how do you command it? By, having this relationship with the highest, and in that relationship reaching that place on the inside where you feel I don't need anything, I'm full. So Baba says, if your thought of doing unlimited service is without any limited desires, now there is a condition, because you see, you can even have the desire to do seva, and there could be a limited desire in that. So maybe, you want people to respect you, or you want people to, be, maybe even this little desire that you want to feel beautiful because you help somebody, or you want to feel better because you did a good action. So it's again not coming from a place of being a giver. It's coming from a place where you want something. So Baba says, even when you do seva, so seva is apparently an unlimited desire, but you have to check for the hidden limited desires in it. Yes, and if it is so that your thought of doing unlimited service is without any limited desire, then it will definitely be fulfilled. Then Baba will definitely make you a sevadhari. Okay? And this is why you have to adopt the method of becoming good without having any limited desires, and you will then become full of all attainments. Now, what is becoming good? This becoming good is a very dicey term. So, when you say achhe bano in Hindi, or become good, what is the image you get? So sometimes, you think that we have to be sweet and we have to be nice and we have to talk sweetly and behave nicely and politely. Okay, all that is fine. But becoming good is not just about becoming sweet on the outside. Becoming good means being knowledgeful, being powerful, being accurate in action. So, goodness is not just about love, goodness is about all the 7 virtues and the powers. So, a good soul, somebody who is good, is very accurate in action, because you are coming from a place of fullness. So you're not just full in love, but you're also full in knowledge. You're also full in power. You know how to face, you know how to cooperate, you know how to, be, you know how to be kind, you know how to be assertive. Yes, you know both the things. And in the Murli today, Baba has given us a very beautiful piece of wisdom. Baba says, balance authority with respect. Yes, so do you understand, being good is a very fine balance. Being good is not just being sweet and polite and being like that meow meow cat. No, not just like that. Being sweet, being good is a balance of many virtues, many powers. And have you seen the picture of Durga? So, picture of Shakti. And when you depict a Shakti, then in that image of a Shakti, do you know she's holding a bowl of blood and a sword and a trident in hand, and then there is a smile on the face, and then there is a lotus flower also. So, and then there is a conch shell also. So, and they look very, what do you say, when in the first appearance, they look so contradictory, that a Devi, why should a Devi have a bowl of blood in the hand, or why should a Devi hold a trident or a sword, or why should a Devi, be so beautifully dressed as a mother, and then in that face of a mother you have all these ornaments which depict something else. But that is what Shakti means. That is what good means. So when you say become good is a fine balance of, love and power. So both those things are in balance, and it's not that you are so loveful and then you cannot tolerate, or then you cannot be authoritative and assertive. That's not being good. So today Baba said that have the balance of authority and respect. So respect doesn't mean that you don't speak or you don't do what you are very sure about is the right thing to speak or do. Yes, sometimes, so this is something that we need to learn. So these days, people say that respecting others or respecting others' wishes is about not expressing, yourself. So let me give you one simple example, which is not so simple again if you analyze. So there was this one girl, and she was suffering from anxiety, and when she came, I asked her, what is the problem? She said, I respect my elders a lot and I get very anxious. So I said, who are you respecting right now? So she said, my father-in-law, and my father-in-law is, whenever he is around, I feel very anxious. So I said, but why does your father-in-law make you anxious? Are you like, does he tell you something, scold you, do something? So she said, no, he doesn't say anything, but just, I've been taught that whenever you respect somebody, you cannot be yourself, you cannot speak your mind, you cannot, just be yourself when you are around them. So when I was a little kid, when my father entered the house, we were told that's a sign of respect, that you just behave the way they want you to behave and not be yourself. So Baba says that is not respect. So Baba says, now you're my children and I have told you the truth. You are listening to Bhagwanu Vach. Yes, so they say this is straight from the horse's mouth. Yes, but not from the horse's mouth, from God's mouth. So we are listening to the truth from the ocean of truth himself. God is called the truth. So you must know that what you know from Baba is the truth. Baba teaches us how to think, how to be, how to speak, how to conduct, how to create an atmosphere, what drishti we should have, what vibrations we should have. And when you're learning from Baba, you must know that you have the authority that what you know is the truth. And never shy away from expressing yourself in word, in action, anywhere you're sitting. Because you must have the authority that I have learned from the ocean of truth. So whatever I have learned, and if I'm doing it accurately, then there is no mistake in it. So don't step back from expressing the truth in action or in words. And that's what Baba says, have authority. So have you seen that people who quote the Shastras speak with so much authority? And if you question them, they will say, are the Shastras wrong then? And that is where the discussion stops. So Baba says, they have so much of that feeling of authority, even when they are just reading what the human mind has created. And you have learned from Baba, the ocean of truth himself. God is truth. So never forget that authority. So never shy away from speaking or doing what Baba has asked you to do and speak. With that authority, you have respect. Respect means you understand that what you are saying is right, but the other person is not wrong. Yes, so when you question whether you are right or not, that's a lack of authority. And when you start thinking that the other person is wrong, that's a sign of lack of respect. So you understand that however they are responding to what you're doing, or however they are responding to what you're saying, is what they are entitled to. You cannot take it away from them. So every person has the right to respond the way they want to what you're saying or doing, and that's a sign of respect. So you don't label them, you don't judge them because of their response, but that doesn't stop you from doing your thing and saying your thing. Got it? So you never question whether what you are doing or saying is wrong, because that has come from Baba. Just check whether it has come from Baba or not, because it might come from Manmat and then you are just in authority about Manmat. No, don't do that. So check from Srimat whether you are doing the right thing, saying the right thing, and don't step back. Keep doing that, keep saying that. And also respect how they are responding to it. So if somebody is not responding favorably, no problem. No problem. So everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to their destiny. Everybody is entitled to their response. And that's a sign of respect, that you don't question it. Yes, so when you use, when you start questioning that, then you're being disrespectful. Okay, so, and when you start questioning that, then you will also lose your authority, because questioning the other will result in ultimately questioning yourself. Okay, so this is what Baba is telling today, and this is why becoming good is a very fine balance. You know, it's that whole Shakti Swarup. And when Baba says, be good and all your desires will be fulfilled, being good doesn't mean only being nice on the outside. Being good is understanding everything that Baba says and incorporating, imbibing it in life. Because Baba has come to make us good. That is Baba's task. So when you imbibe everything that Baba says, that's when you become good. So being good is a balance of authority and humility. Being good is a balance of love and power. Being good is a balance of love and law. Being good is a balance of detached and loving. So being good is a balance of many pairs of opposites. But when you are good, then there is nothing that you need or that should happen will not happen around you. Everything will fall into place, and everything that is right for you will reach you at the right time. So that is the law. And then today Baba asks us to be soul conscious. And you know, when we understand the chapter of the soul, then our usual takeaway is that I am a soul, I have a man buddhi sanskar. Yes, so that's fine. But then we also have to pay attention to other points. And one important part of the knowledge of the soul is, I have a journey. Yes, so I have had a spiritual journey. So I have a past and a future. So a soul is, a soul am not limited to this birth. So you know, when somebody dies and there is this date engraved on the, you know, that his grave. So that's this to this. That's the date of the body. That's why it's on the body. Okay, so it's not the date of the soul. So the soul has a much longer journey than that. And I should always be in cognizance of my whole journey. So you cannot be soul conscious and say, who knows about the next birth? Who knows what we did in the previous birth? No. That's not being soul conscious. So you know, there was this one sister and she was undertaking the course and she claimed to be very spiritual. And then she was asking me why little children suffer. And then I told her that because people don't care about the next life when they are in this life. So then she said, who has seen the next life? So I said, that's why you suffer. So when a little child is born, you don't realize he was born before that also. And then in that life he questioned that, why do I care about the next life? And then in the next life, you see something and you question, why is this child suffering? Because we do not take this knowledge of continuity of life seriously. So, an apparent beginning is not the beginning. You have a life before that, you have a life after this. So, being soul conscious means taking cognizance of the fact that you have a whole long journey and being aware of your past through knowledge. So even when I'm sitting here, I have to have full awareness that according to the knowledge that Shiv Baba has given me, I have had 21 births in heaven and 63 births in hell. So my karmic burden is pretty huge. Okay, so you have to have a remembrance of your karmic burden. You have to have an awareness of your karmic burden. And you have to have awareness that now you have the knowledge to settle that karmic burden, burn your sins. So Baba says that is being soul conscious, that the soul is aware of when I came, what I did, where I am right now, and where do I have to go. And now I have to go to that world where there is no body, where there is no vice, where I cannot take my karmic settlements. So when I understand my future, then I know what to do. So when you understand the past, you understand why is that which is happening to me. And when you understand the future, you know what to do about it. Do you get it? Because when you don't understand that you've had a past, you keep questioning, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is the other happening? But now Baba has given us the knowledge that, okay, 63 births of body consciousness, lots of vikarma, good. No problem. Yes, there is one sister and she said, you people also fall ill. I said, I also took that 63 births with you. Didn't I? I was not living on some other planet. I was here itself. So I also did the same things, right? So there has to be some consequence of that. So I am fully aware of that. So there is no problem. So when you are aware of the past, you are not caught up in questions. And when you are aware of the future, where do you have to go? Then you act wisely. Because you understand that reaction is not the way out. If you react, then your future is hampered. So you have to go back to a world where there is no karmic burden left, there is no vice. So I have to act in a manner where I can do justice to my future form. I can become pure, I can reach a state where the soul world and heaven will welcome me. So Baba says, when you move with this soul consciousness, that I am a soul and I am very aware of my journey of the past and I'm also aware of my destination in the future, then you act in the present in a very wise manner. So people say we are not interested in the past, we are not interested in the future, we are interested in the present. But how you act in the present depends upon what you believe about the past and future. So if you believe there is no future, then you act very whimsically and then you spoil the future. And when you reach the future, you ask, what have I done? So what have I done? What? You go back and ask yourself, what did you do? So Baba says, right now you're here, you have a future. Don't forget that. Okay? Om Shanti.